So the government in the United States this year has been absolutely wild. We went from World War III scares once again by the media, and we also have another government shutdown. And what's kind of crazy about this whole situation is it's one of the longest shutdowns ever in the United States, and I think it is actually the longest shutdown. And it's really crazy to think about because there's people who are hungry, and there are people who are generally struggling out there to get those type of benefits. And I will say too is that this situation has affected a lot of people in my personal life as well. Like I know some people who are on disability who legit cannot work at all physically and they need those type of benefits and they actually are struggling because they can't really afford food very well. Now, I do understand that there are some people in this damn world that abuse the system, and I don't think that's okay either. And I think it's really annoying when you see someone who has a lot of children, but just don't want to fucking, lift up their finger to help feed those kids. And the craziest situation with all this going on as well is that food pantries are absolutely booked for a lot of people. Like for me, I've used the food pantry when I was struggling at my McDonald's job just to get some extra food because, having to eat all fast food while not making a whole lot sucks ass, right? And wow, I was really surprised how much food pantries are struggling. And I will say there's some grocery stores that are having some programs where you could help out, get food from $3 programs, $5 programs, or people donating food to help people in need for this time of the year. Because this type of shutdown at this time of the year is also one of the worst times for it to happen. Because, the holiday season's coming, and everything is fucking busy as hell. And, of course, everything gets dark at 6 p.m. and no one likes it for it to be dark that late. But, bro, it's really insane how, fucked things are right now in terms of the media and the government. What's very interesting about this situation is that, there's some people still getting paid full on their SSI, which is, I do find very unique, right? And there's some people trying to report it to SSI, like my girlfriend, for an example. She just got a job recently, about a month and a half ago, and she wants to report the shit to SSI so she can, get off government assistance, at least full time, and go, part-time with it or something, because she has some disabilities. And it's fucking wild that it's taken so long for some people because, some people are scared like her where she might go to jail for fraud, but she done all the right things in general to be able to get this thing done. Because, man, there's other things, too, that's going on with, the government where people are having a hard time even fucking getting basic healthcare plans or even talking to them for other special needs. Like fucking money or finances. I also do have a friend that is trying to file taxes with his 1099, right? Because he kind of did it in a weird time of the year. And he's kind of worried that, the IRS might go after him and shit due to this whole entire shutdown. And a lot of people are just kind of getting fed up too that no one can really just, join together to open back up. I know it's way harder than said, but holy shit, dude. It's kind of crazy how no one in this government is getting along right now either. Whatever side you pick or believe, Brian, let's just say that, that some people do need these type of benefits with SNAP, and then there's people that legit need help, man. And I think it's fucking wild that, people are being neglected with this type of needs in general because you never know how bad things will get in the foreseeable future with, the government shutdown going until whatever how long. I don't know how long it'll open back up, but I think it will eventually get to a point where people are going to start stealing shit if it hasn't started already. Because there are some people already seen videos or just witnessed some things where people are already trying to steal food just because of stuff like this happening. I honestly don't believe that stealing is okay, but man, the fact that people are willing to do this just because they didn't get their benefits is just fucking mind-boggling to me as well. With the United States government too situation is that it's getting to a point where everyone has to eventually care about politics to an extent because everyone's rights are slowly getting taken away as well. And other basic crazy shit that really should not be happening, because I do remember a time where you didn't really have to care as much, but nowadays you have to at least keep up with it to an extent to kind of, see what's going on at least. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I think it's important too if it's really important to you, because there's some people where this could affect their life forever. But don't be like one of those people who just obsess over it as a personality trait, because that shit is fucking toxic and stupid as hell. I don't understand why so many people are so fucking into the point where they just want to argue all the time. Bro, shut the fuck up. What's also very interesting and fascinating is that, Donald Trump has, the 2 longest government shutdowns. And I didn't think, I would ever witness something like this ever, so quickly or early in my life. But, man, maybe one day they'll have a world record. But I doubt, anything like this will be beaten in a long-ass time. I also have a friend or two that got laid off by the IRS that works for them, right? Because they were doing like tax stuff and they're kind of pissed off a little bit because they want to get back to work. But it's not just massive layoffs with just like those jobs too. There's also other people that got laid off in certain factories as well. Like my friend has her mom got laid off at a Ford company plant for some reason due to this type of situation because it doesn't just affect just federal workers, it also affects other types of workers as well. And it's really annoying too because like they don't know when they're going back to work, and you know unemployment can be a bitch to file, and you probably can't even file it right now if you wanted to. Also, I want to say too is that this year has been one of the strangest years I've ever witnessed. Like it wasn't necessarily amazing, but like it was really up and down, like an emotional roller coaster. Like the first half of the year for me when it comes to stuff like this, it was all right, right? Like it was like peace and quiet for most people, and then boom, June hit, and then ever since the summer hit with either politics, media, or just life in general, or in my personal life, it just feels like, man, it just feels like we haven't really recovered ever since. I think there is hope in this situation soon, though, because there are reports that Snap is coming back soon, which is actually kind of good because there's some people that need it. And I do actually kind of agree that I think more people need to be, background checked properly for Snap benefits. So less people do abuse this type of benefit, because I think it is kind of crazy how many like people could just get on to this type of thing and then boom, have benefits. And the last thing I do want to say before I go is that like the government will probably open up before the end of the year. I do have a prediction that it will open up eventually sometime, probably in December. Now, if I'm wrong on this, y'all can quote me and make fun of me all you want, but that's just my opinion. And I think everybody else will have a different opinion on that too, but who knows? Like, it could actually open up back in January for all we fucking know. Let's just honestly hope that this situation does not happen before tax season where all of us need to file our taxes, because we definitely do not need another situation like COVID where it took us fucking 7 months for a lot of, like, to get their tax returns if they're lucky. For me, it took me about 7 months after I filed them to finally get mine. And it wasn't even on the fucking direct deposit. It was just in a piece of paper, which is actually kind of cool, but damn, it took forever. Anyways, everybody, that's all I got to say about this whole entire situation. What are your guys' thoughts about the whole entire government shutdown? Do you think things will get better? Do you think the shutdown will last longer? Or do you think that everyone in the government right now is just a bunch of fucking idiots? I hope every one of you can actually get some food to eat because, man, I don't know about y'all, but I'm hungry as fuck right now. I haven't ate anything all day, but I'm about to get ready for work. Thankfully, I'm done working that 6 to 5 shift I did because I did pick those up for overtime, and I'm probably going to have to pick them up again soon, probably. But, man, like, it wasn't too bad, like, sleep-wise, but, bro, like, fuck, dude, it makes you hungry as hell when you wake up. Okay, everybody, this one's a little bit of a shorter one, but I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all stay safe, and I hope y'all have something to eat.